The Robertson County Commission held their July meeting in the juvenile courtroom. A meeting of only about 40 minutes began the evening in a very nice way by having ice cream sandwiches delivered to us by the folks at the UT Extension Office, since July is Ice Cream Month. Announced that the Mayor's Back to School Bash is coming up on August 1st. If you have an organization that would like to come and hand out paper or rulers or glue or scissors or pencils or tablets or most anything that is school related, please contact Kelly Harris at the Health Department and she will line you up. We have about 40 different organizations that will be handing out school supplies. That is Saturday, August 1st at Springfield Middle School from 9 until noon, so come out and join the fun. I only had 2 rezoning resolutions and they were both unanimously approved. Had 2 regular resolutions. One was to declare surplus property on the part of the school system, and one was to include cutting grass in areas where property, where grass had been overgrown by the Health and Safety Board. So this is something that had been talked about. We seem to have had a spate of properties that either were abandoned or people were unable for whatever reason to keep the grass mowed. So now there's a provision in place where the grass can be mowed and the property assessed a fee for that. Under new business, we heard from the county attorney. There was a general discussion about the regulations that had been adopted on the sprinkler system. I think that was done to everyone's satisfaction. So as we go forward, there is no longer a sprinkler provision. And then we had a pretty lengthy discussion about the future of the Imagination Library in Robertson County. You've heard us speak in years past about what one time was called the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, or now the Governor's Imagination Library. This is a program where children from birth up to age 5 receive a book a month from this organization. It's a great program. Children eagerly anticipate those books, and we know there's a very strong link between later learning and parents who read to their children, especially at those most formative years. But the Imagination Library is just about out of money, so it's going to take about $11,500 to run the program in the county for the remainder of the year, and for fiscal year 2016, about $31,000. So I wanted to bring this to the body tonight. For one thing, it just came to our attention that the program was just about depleted of funds, but also to give you, the Robertson County community, a chance to reach out to your commissioners if you feel strongly about this. If your children or grandchildren receive these books and would like for them to continue to receive these books, that you'll reach out to them and say, support funding as we go forward with this. The Budget Committee continues to do their work. In fact, they will have a meeting tomorrow evening, that's July 21st, where they will probably set the tax rate and get the budget ready to come to a public hearing, which we'll have the second week in August, and hopefully for approval the third week in August. There will in all likelihood be a modest, what I'll call a modest tax increase this year. We have at least 3 major areas where additional funding is needed. One area is in the Sheriff's Office, and I say an attempt really to bring the Sheriff's Office into the 21st century, to have the kind of coverage that we need in the more remote areas, to have a step pay plan for our Sheriff's employees, and to be able to incentivize people to come and stay where we oftentimes lose so many where jobs pay better in adjoining cities and counties. So that could represent about a 9-cent increase. If our employees receive a 2% cost of living raise, that will also cost an additional 2.5 cents, and we'll remind you that they received no raises last year, and it's been 4 years since there has been any increase in county property taxes. And then finally, enough money to do the Springfield Middle School auditorium, which we have been told by the Department of Justice we must do, and I think something that we as a community ought to want to do, because it is such a prized possession for this community, really a really precious thing. So all those things together could represent about a 14-cent tax increase. So stay tuned from that. I think your representatives need to hear from you if you feel strongly one way or another about those increases, but I think this commission has worked very hard to be good stewards of your tax dollars, and to have gone 4 years without any tax increase is is no small matter. So I think they are due our laud for having done that. So once again, thank you for taking time to join the Robertson County Commission in their July meeting. When we come back in the August meeting, it's when hopefully we'll have a budget ready to be approved in one form or another by the County Commission. Between now and then, hope to come and see you out on Saturday, August 1st in the Mayor's Back to School Bash